I've always wanted my gynecologist to tell me I have a really good vagina because my friend recently got told that she has like the perfect vagina by her like gynecologist.
No.
And it's, to me, that's like the epitome of like the best Uber rating you can ever get or something.
Yes.
Like Google review
Can't
5 stars.
imagine that.
Is she gay?
She is actually.
You should fuck her.
Yeah. No, I have.
And?
Really good one.
Coming from you live from Marylebone, London.
This is so great. This is Yenta in London.
Oh my God, this is thrilling.
This is a big deal. So I found the
God.
most British person I could find.
Yo. What's up, fam? I'm not going to do that
I'll
again.
translate everything you say.
Yeah.
Yes,
what-
your rude boy, Mac. No, I'm not going to do it. I bombed on a podcast.
And an Australian person because Australians are way nicer than British people.
And there's so many Australians in England.
There are loads.
Yeah.
Too many, one would say.
No.
No,
Not
I would
enough.
say that.
I think there should be more. Exactly.
Yeah.
I think
Do you
they should
think?
make the I think they should make they'll make British people nicer.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Less polite.
Anyway, we have Kate Sharp
Hello.
and Max Norman.
Hello. Hello, everyone. It's your favorite aristocrat comedian.
Rich.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Is this like the richest place in London with the richest man in London?
I would love to say that the way I sound is reflected in my bank balance, but I'll just lie and say I'm filthy rich.
Yeah, perfect.
I love that.
Daddy.
Yeah, I'd like to thank my butler for driving me here today.
You actually own this building.
It's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one of them.
Your
actually.
family. Yeah. This is the Yenta podcast where I get everybody's juicy secrets.
Ooh, okay.
Secrets.
Oh my God.
Gossip.
I have 2.
Oh, good. You came prepared.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, first we'll schmooze a little bit about our lives and our show. Wait. So we did the show Tuesday,
Yes.
and then it was not really a great show. Can we say that? It was
Oh.
It was a great show. Thanks, Alex Burr.
the person who organizes it, great.
She's great.
So lovely, beautiful hair,
Yeah.
great
Oh,
energy.
the stand-up show.
Yeah, yeah.
I
What
thought you were
did you
talking about
get?
the podcast.
Oh no! The show that we
Okay,
did.
oh my
this
God.
is
Yeah,
the
yeah,
best
yeah.
podcast in the world.
Quite literally,
okay.
yes.
But yeah, we did that show. It was okay.
Average.
Whatever. Yeah.
You get those days.
But then we all went out to the queer bar after,
Which was a lot of fun.
and we got fucked.
Yes.
And
yes.
that was iconic for me.
Well, there was about 7 people in the bar.
yeah.
And
It was a weird vibe immediately.
It was a man from Swindon. How do we explain what Swindon is?
So
Explain.
a man apparated into
Oh, good
our
word.
group, didn't he?
He appeared,
Oh
Top
yeah.
declared he was a Christian from Swindon.
What is Swindon? It's a
Great
place.
question.
Very good question.
Swindon is a town.
Okay.
Can we get this up on Wikipedia? Actually?
Yes, it's.
I'm gonna get
I
my
feel pressure to
producer.
know about because I'm now.
If
I
we're
feel
in
I'm
London, this is London. Swindon's above.
good.
That's about as far as we can go geography-wise.
I thought it was west.
Oh, is it?
9 o'clock on the clock. No, but obviously I
9
didn't
o'clock.
know.
Oh, that way,
I'm
yeah.
more of an east side boy, like East Anglia. So.
Basically, it's a shithole in the UK. Horrible place. And he was from there, and he really wanted us all to know that he was a newly found Christian man.
But he was gay.
Yeah, but
Right.
I mean, but yeah, he wanted us to know he was gay,
And
but
he
he
was
loved
hitting
God.
on Max.
Yeah.
He wanted to
Yeah.
fuck
Aggressively.
Max.
But
Hitting
someone
on
dropped
you.
me in it. Your
Who?
friend.
My friend.
She-
I have drama
Oh.
about that.
Stop it. Tell
Okay,
us now.
okay,
Okay,
okay. No, wait.
pause the Christian talk.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and I dated the same girl in
yes,
LA.
the blonde one.
The blonde
That
one.
is drama.
So-
That is an amazing coincidence.
I know.
but then
and I
she
had
knew
no-
about you
She knew about me
because of.
Should we change the names? Too late.
What does
I'll
what does it
bleep
what does it rhyme with? Is such a cunt. Can I say cunt? The drama was
So the drama with is that me
Yeah.
and her dated
yeah.
in LA, and was like, oh, like how did it end? Like she kind of made it seem like she was.
Wait, who dated first?
I think.
Because said I did Schme.
Yes, but
And
she
Schme
knew that
told
I
me about
dated
you.
Exactly.
Which I
But
find
then
weird.
afterwards, I told that I saw and Schme
Freaked
was
out.
like, "That's crazy. Hates me. She unfollowed me and blocked me and like blocked all of my friends."
I don't get that energy from
Me
She's very
too.
nice. You know, Americans
Right?
are either like you or
Yeah.
they're super, super, super overly kind. I'm like,
which one am I?
you're the cunt. But no, but I mean, you know, Americans are so nice, but I don't know if it's actually just like.
I felt nice.
But she is nice.
She did
Oh
feel
no,
nice.
she's stupid. I feel she's very nice.
I felt like she could be in like the film Harriet the Spy. Did you ever watch that? Okay, well, let's move on then.
I've never seen that either.
You've never seen it?
No.
It's one of the greats.
She's
anyway,
super nice.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that was my gossip for that
Yeah.
bit of night.
So
but you were telling
what-
about the guy that was hitting
Christian.
on you. The
well, hang
Christian.
on. What was the conclusion of
The
this?
conclusion of this, there is not really a conclusion. It was just that.
Wasn't also April a bit of an asshole?
Did I say that? Or did
No,
she-
maybe did.
Okay, yeah,
Let's
that makes
say said it.
that
Yeah.
would make sense. I
Yeah.
didn't think was an asshole. It just didn't really work out with us.
Yeah.
It's really like a rare cosmic event. Two people who
Yeah.
both had this like thing with someone meeting completely at random in a bar.
I feel like
No,
that
no,
sums
she
up
came
like
to
the
my
gay
show.
scene. They knew each other vaguely.
Oh, okay.
No,
Okay.
I mean, well, I didn't really know
but
her.
still.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Let's go with that. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah. We just ran
It's
into each
so
other
much
at the
better.
bar. Yeah,
Well, that is just like gay
can edit
dating,
that.
isn't it? Everyone's two gays away,
I know.
which is kind of nice. But
Is
also,
it?
No, it's
Yeah.
like I
is
feel
it like that here too?
Yeah, I've completed London gay scene.
You're done.
Like I'm done. There's no one left unless I go younger or like into the elderly.
How young are we talking? How
Yeah.
old are we talking?
I think my cutoff is 25, which may be terrible. I don't know.
Why is that terrible?
So I went on a date recently with a 25-year-old, and well, actually two things. Firstly, she spent majority of the date telling me that my skin was so good for a 32-year-old.
That
That's-
sounds like
Like
a
that's-
compliment.
And I was like,
that's a backhanded compliment.
backhanded compliment.
It's
She
like a
also,
British thing.
Yeah, that's like saying,
Th-
God,
yeah.
you look amazing. Isn't it
For
wonderful
your
what
age.
makeup can do?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
That's that kind of thing.
Well, she also, so I got the ick from her because when we got to the bar, I just ordered a pint and she ordered a singular glass of Prosecco, which I think, like, if you're going to drink Prosecco, you just order a bottle because it's not, like, financially smart.
Yeah. Did she get you one?
No, but my issue was more like she's kept ordering one glass after another.
Oh, I
and I was
see.
like, you dickhead, just get the bottle.
Yeah.
Which is quite bold. Anyway, 25 is my minimum.
You're like, she should have been drinking more.
Exactly.
That's your problem
It
with
was
her.
just like, get the bottle, babes. But
Yeah.
also, she said to me, teach me the old gay ways. And I
How
don't.
old are
does that
you?
mean?
You're not
I'm
that
only
old.
32.
That's not that
It's
old.
not, but I was like, what are the old gay ways?
I want to know like super like Jurassic Park level gay,
I
like
don't
prehistoric.
know. Yeah.
What's like old ways for a
know.
32-year-old?
I don't know. She just thought I'd have like a wooden like dildo or something. Like a very old
wooden dildo.
yeah.
Your grandmother passed down.
yeah, lesbian to lesbian.
I'd love it if like in the Georgian era, like Jane Austen like revisited. If there's like an X-rated version, that's actually what they handed down.
Well, they all had, didn't they like have like dildos back in the day that were made out of like, I don't know, like horse. I don't know what it's
I
horse.
thought
Horse hair.
they would like go to doctors and like
Yeah.
doctors would give women orgasms.
Yeah, when they were too depressed.
when they were hysterical or
Yeah.
depressed. It was like a scientific. Max is blowing his brains right
No,
now.
because that sounds
It's-
like
It was called when they were had hysterical.
Right.
They were called hysterical women,
And they
it's
would-
because they just hadn't come in.
Never in their whole lives.
Never, and then they'd have an orgasm, and then they'd be like skipping down the road, and their hysteria would be cured.
that.
And the doctors
but
would
it's-
do it. They had a
It's a
machine.
TV show.
They had a machine
And it was
where
like
they
a dildo, and like one guy. Like,
That's
was,
a Symbian machine.
Oh yeah,
with
when you
like a
sit on it.
ramrod.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
what those existed back in the, so that makes me uncomfortable because then I think like obviously if you're a dude back in when are we talking like for this
last
and,
week.
and like
1800s.
someone if you're in the 1800s someone comes
Yeah.
into your like
Office.
surgery room like hey I really need you to try and make me come. What are you going to say like oh sorry I'm busy? No, you're gonna
Make them come.
Yeah.
which leads me on to a slight sub question.
Yeah.
I am quite uncomfortable by the fact that like some men really want to be gynecologists, and apparently it's apparently it's I got like not shamed, but someone said like Max is completely normal, but I think it's weird if you're like 18 and you already know.
That's
like,
weird.
Isn't there some element of like perversion there, which is cool?
Yeah.
Let's just be honest about it. But like I haven't met like any urologists like dick doctors, but I've met like quite a few male gynecologists.
What, when they were 18, that was their like passion?
No, like a couple, yeah, who said like, you know, when you ask the question, like, oh,
What
when
do you
you
wanna
meet a
be?
doctor, what kind? And they say, oh, gynecology. And I always thought like that's a bit weird, but maybe.
No, I think it's
pervy.
weird.
It's
Yeah,
pervy
it's
energy.
weird.
But then again, is it weird having a male gynecologist? Like,
Yes.
I find that weird.
Yeah, I used to go to one. Oh, that
was
was
that?
male. He was so fucking weird.
What's his name?
He was like,
What does it
I don't
rhyme with?
remember. Schmuckle.
Schmichter. Schmeiner. That is weird.
He was like an old guy on the Upper East Side of New York, and he was like, he would like, yeah, he was gross.
I've always wanted my gynecologist to tell me I have a really good vagina because my friend recently got told that she has like the perfect vagina by her like gynecologist.
No.
And it's, to me, that's like the epitome of like the best Uber rating you can ever get or something.
Yes.
Like Google review
can't
5
imagine
stars.
that.
Is she gay?
She is actually.
You should fuck her.
Yeah. No, I have.
And
Really good one. I would honestly 10 out of 10. I was like, and I hated that it was just like, I was like, I need someone to say that to me. Preferably
Same.
a doctor.
But do you back?
Actually, only a doctor. I would say
we
that.
should go to her doctor.
I have.
And he did it.
And I was literally like, obviously like this. And I was like,
Legs wide open.
she's going to say it. And she said nothing. And then I spiraled.
But you know, maybe it wasn't her day.
So
Maybe
weird.
something
Just telling
happened.
everyone I have a terrible vagina on a podcast.
But do you rate your fanny?
I would rate it like a 7.9 out of 10.
That's an 8.
Yeah,
If
it's definitely an
if we're rounding up, an 8. But it's not hers. And it never will be.
wow.
But the thing is,
but was hers a 10?
Yeah, for sure.
What about it?
Let's get into
Yeah,
it.
I want to know.
It was, I feel like
Skin tone, symmetry.
it had
Labia.
like, okay, so we'll start at the top and then go to the back. Like all good.
In the beginning.
This is so. If this was a guy's podcast and we were
Oh,
like rating
cancelled.
pussy,
It'd be like, you are disgusting.
can get away with it.
I've never heard a guy's podcast where they're rating pussies.
You're not listening to the right podcast.
I'm not. I'm
it's
not.
a good thing.
So the front, actually my friend always calls it her front bottom, and I just find that so disturbing. Anyway, the front, it was like a really nice amount of like hair, like not none, but it was like a nice amount. And I always find it crazy when people can like shave their pubes and there's just not like, I don't know, like perfectly shaved. I'm like, how have you done that? Like, what have you used? Anyway, and then like as it went under, there was like enough to grip onto, but not like not too much, but not too less. It was just a nice amount, and it just looked nice. I was like, wow, good for you.
That's good.
It was about 7 years ago, so I can't. It's not
But it
coming to
stayed
the
in-
forefront
it
of my
stayed in that
brain.
memory warehouse.
It
for you.
has. It has.
It's like right by the entrance. It
Yeah,
seems.
I actually saw her the other day, so I'll ask her if there's been any changes.
Do you think it's weird that the doctor, this is right, the doctor said perfect vagina. You have a because I think if imagine you went to the doctor and let's say you had a injury with your leg and they said your leg is perfect. That would be really weird, at least in Britain.
I think it's very
Well, yeah,
weird.
because you can never get an appointment with a doctor in Britain.
no, that's true. Yeah.
It's honestly.
And
I
what
feel-
is the perfect leg? But
when
you know,
I see my doctor, I feel like I'm seeing a celebrity. We have a massive problem not compared to America, but like the NHS, who is like our public
health
health people. Ever since the pandemic, it's close to impossible to ever see a doctor in person. They'll do it all over the phone. Like the other day, he was like, just send pictures of your problem. And I was like, with my iPhone, like I had to get my friend's better iPhone to send pictures of my ailment to get cured.
cool.
It's really boring. Anyway, let's
No.
go back to vaginas.
I feel it's rude to ask what your ailment was because I don't want to make you uncomfortable.
To be honest with you, it was just something with my ear. It wasn't anything
Oh,
crazy.
fine.
Yeah.
Fine. Okay, cool. That's fine.
I was gonna ask, but I was like, I also don't.
Imagine I'm like,
you were being vague about it.
Yeah, you were being vague
You were
as if
being
like
like,
I need to,
I'm
like,
sorry.
and I'm like,
Really?
I got that like my like Spidey British.
like, it's a
senses
hemorrhoid
are tingling,
on my
like,
arm.
But I like that you went in. I was just gonna leave
Yeah,
it.
thank you.
no, my ear was just like head passing it.
Do you know what was weird? Like my friend Manos, who's an actor, was with him doing a show last night, and he lives in Stockwell. And he says it's quite a rough area. He ordered 2 Amazon packages. One of them was broken into, and there were 2 quantities of the same product, and they only took one.
What
Do
was
you know
it?
the product was a ear hair waxing kit, and he said it's such an amazing product because you put the wax in a microwave, you dab it around your ears. It's for like old man
Oh,
hairs.
to get the hairs
want-
out.
And he's Greek, so he's
He's
like
a lot.
hairy. And he says it's the most amazing product, but the person only took one of the products.
That's so
and left.
considerate.
Isn't it? But it's weird.
Very odd.
So anyway, sorry, segue in
No, I need
ears.
that maybe. Yeah, great.
But I see all these Instagram little things of all these products of like, you know, those.
I know.
Where
Do
they
you
like,
buy them?
No, but I like watching. It's everyone has their like guilty pleasure
Kink.
Instagram. I love watching the Instagrams where it's like the doctors going into like scraping on a heel, and it turns out to be like some like flea which is living in a heel, or like some ingrowing hair, and they have those little scalpels and they like pick it out, and it's a hair which is like a foot long, living in this tiny. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Imagine the first date chat like.
Yeah.
Hey. Hey, can I tell you what I'm into?
All the people.
All the fucking.
That's not a kink. I sound defensive
We're
now.
not kink shaming.
It's not a kink. Yeah, it's not a kink. It's not a kink. It's just like
Say it one more time. It's not a kink.
I'm not going to speak.
Can I tell you guys about my show last night?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so it was at Comedy Freaks,
Yeah.
which I hear was actually a mic. Have you done Comedy Freaks?
No, but I've seen it a lot.
Clips.
Like
Yeah.
clips.
Yeah. And I got so heckled by this group of lads.
Yeah.
Drunk.
I feel
Lad,
like
the
the
lads.
audience is always very like
It was
laddies.
it was crazy. And it was after I tell a joke. I don't know if I did this when we did the show, but I did a joke about my sister with special needs.
Yeah, you
with
did
Down
the end.
syndrome and autism. And he heckles me at that moment. And at the end of it, like the whole audience was like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Like I got the whole audience to yell fuck you to the guy.
Perfect.
And that felt good for me.
Why did he?
I
What did
don't
he
know.
say?
It's fucking
Was he pissed?
crazy.
As in
Oh,
drunk.
was he? Oh,
Drunk.
yeah. Oh,
Sorry, not
okay.
pissed
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
was definitely pissed.
So we have to translate that.
I was
Just for our
like,
American
I
listeners.
don't care. Yeah. Yeah, he was pissed.
What did he
Okay.
say though?
I honestly don't remember.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they have 3 cameras. They have like they shoot the whole thing from 3 angles. So
I
I'm
can't wait
really
to see it.
excited to see it and
Yep.
make a really good clip out of it.
Let's name and shame.
Was it a
him.
good like slam by you?
I
Did
think
it?
so.
Oh,
The audience was
perfect.
definitely like at the end, like on my side.
Yeah.
So I feel like I can even if it wasn't like perfect, I can definitely
What did he say? What
I
did he
can
say
make that
exactly?
look. I honestly don't remember. Well,
We'll wait for the clip.
yeah. Well, he just like yelled like boo. Like it was something like really just.
It's not even a good heckle.
I know it
It's a
wasn't
weird
even a
one.
good heckle.
I just
Idiot.
think if you're gonna heckle, like be fucking funny about it.
I know, but actually don't.
But most of them.
But
most
also
of them,
don't take my
But
time.
Yeah,
also
but most of-
don't
most of
be
them-
funnier than me as
No.
a heckler, please. British people are too funny for their own good. It's so annoying.
I know they are very funny.
They're just trying to make.
Do you
them-
think?
Yes, they're trying
Do you
to.
think?
Well, they're always trying to make jokes at me while they heckle me.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you think the difference is between like American and British comics?
Well, British comics I think are just drier and more deadpan.
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
as like loud. I think.
They're not as loud. They're just like they just talk like this. I don't know.
I love that impression.
Uh,
Literally like stiff back. That's literally.
Yeah.
Like,
That was literally me on Tuesday.
But people love it.
Yeah. See, I when I was in New York recently, I get really overwhelmed when American comics yell at me. I'm like, why
What
yelling?
do you mean yell at you?
Like, oh my god!
No,
Oh, like the way I do it.
But that's
I'm
like that's like I said to you when I first met you, like seeing you perform. It's
The
like
energy.
it's like a confidence thing because
Yeah.
like in New York, having spoken to some New York comics, like my friend Darius, who used to gig there, and he was a stand-up comedian. Now he's in a European country. Like he was saying, like you've got to be like boom, 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 joke. There's no time.
New York?
Yeah.
Huh.
Is that true? Like
I almost feel like it's more like that here.
Really?
Well, at least because if you don't keep going, people will yell at you.
For sure.
In the shows that I've done.
If you take a pause or
Yeah.
like if you even like look like you're thinking,
Yeah.
all of a sudden people are like, oh, they're shit.
Right.
They don't know what they're doing.
And then they have something to say.
yeah, and if you talk to them, I also feel like in America, like if you talk, people are a lot more like, yeah, I'll have the chats with you. Here, it's like you talk to them and they're like, why the fuck are you talking to me?
Yeah.
It's not as, I think, kind to like talk back.
No, yeah, exactly. And in shows there, in America, they'll be like, they'll have a conversation with you if you talk to them
Yeah.
versus
One word answers here.
one word answers or like trying to like make a punchline.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
people don't. I think in this country really understand like stand up because
Right.
Yeah.
there's been a massive explosion of stand up comedy in this country, but it's not principally like a British art form. If you know, like if you think about like the good old days
Yeah.
of like sketch or Monty Python or stuff like that, like Americans is your thing. You guys know it's like this free flowing conversation, whereas I don't think we quite got it yet.
And I think British people are, I mean, this is such a generalization, but like they don't want, their first response always they want to make a joke, you know, like even talking to Ryan, like, or just anyone, like they don't, their first response is not to be like not to have a genuine answer. Their first hunch is to be like, how can I zing you right now?
So it's like banter.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. Which is fun. It makes for great conversation, but it's just very different.
Are you talking about in life in general?
Yeah, just life in general.
Yeah.
Like not even in shows. And then
I feel like Americans definitely sometimes are more well, you are genuine, but like you actually do genuinely like, how are you?
Yeah.
And like you are like, tell me everything, tell me your trauma.
I want to know
within
about
like
you.
5 seconds.
Let's trauma deep
British
dive.
people are so like
I know.
polite and just
what
like,
are Australians like?
Australians, I think, are kind of maybe like a mix between the two. I think Australians aren't as polite at all as British people, and don't really care for like how insanely polite British people are, but are definitely, I don't know.
I think the Aussies that I meet in London, I completely love them.
They're great.
Because
they're very warm. Like they'll just have the chat straight away, and they don't have, I
Yeah.
guess, the Britishness of like, well, I can't share too much, so they'll be so sharey, but they'll also at the same time, I think Australians are very funny. I
Agreed.
am biased.
I completely like a lot
They have good chat.
Yeah, I agree. Great chat,
Yeah.
really relaxed. They get the British banter thing. They can do it immediately, but there's like there's a sort of grounded, relaxed feel
I don't
to
think
them.
they have like a pole up their bums like British people.
No, we have like I have a very long pole. Up
Yeah.
my
Tell
ass.
us more.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Tell us
it's
about
just
your
like,
trauma.
yeah, it's like
trauma bond.
the rod of British society running through every because like I think in our country like we're terrified of being embarrassed and we're terrified of being thought of as arrogant. And so there's this thing of like British comedy of like which you don't have in America where you champion the individual. We like belittle anyone, like everyone, for example, all the hatred of James Corden. I don't know whether any of it's justified. I haven't met the man. Everyone hates him because
Pack mentality. We all hate together.
yeah. It's like because like
It's
here
so
we
real.
have like you fail and it's celebrated. And if anyone steps out of line, so this whole like jokey banter stuff, it's like it's showing, hey, I'm friendly, but also I'm testing you. Are we on the same page?
Yeah.
Whereas most of the time it'd be nice just to say, hey, how are you? But it's like, hey, I can't give
But
an
you're
example
like always
now.
testing each other.
A
That
lot of
sounds
the-
exhausting.
Not always, but a lot of the time, like humor for a lot of people is like a tool or a weapon. It serves a purpose. Like
Yeah.
for me, I know it for sure it does because it's if you grow up in a particular way, it's like bam.
We're using it to gauge like how are we similar and like how will we connect, but also like, do you think the same way as me?
Yeah. Because I don't want to. For me, I'd be like, "Hey, how are you? What am I supposed to do with that? Like, I'm all right." Or, "Hey, what are you reading?" I mean, oh god.
Yeah.
Be like, I don't know, just a little sarcasm thing. Like, "Hey, I don't know if it's raining." Be like, "God, deck chairs. Should we get the deck chairs out?" You know, a little example. Should get a couple of beers, and depending on how someone reacts, if they vibe with that, then I know, okay, cool, we can hang out. Whereas if they're like, what? Then it's like, okay, we got a bit of a bore here.
Yeah, like if anyone dares be earnest, you're like, okay, calm down.
Yeah.
It's not a therapy session.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then I think once people get to know each other, they chill out and it's fine. But I think it's really confusing and must be discombobulated for people who aren't British. Maybe not Aussies.
I think I'm very used to it because I've lived here for so incredibly long. But I think I find it really frustrating that English people automatically want to know what you do and where you live. And by that, they'll be like, what do you do for a job?
Right.
And whereabouts do you live? Well, it's probably more a London thing than...
No,
English.
I think it's like.
And I'm always like, why do you give a shit what I do? But
'Cause
then
it's
as
just-
soon as you say what you do, I don't know if they do this in like LA or whatever, as soon as you say what you do as a job, then that they will automatically, I feel like, especially I find gays do this a lot, they'll like automatically be like, what can I get from this person? Or like, I feel like in the gay scene, especially like in East London, sometimes like, how creative are you? What do you do? Like, if I become friends with you, like, can I like
use you?
use you to a degree?
Yeah, I mean-
Grabby.
It's very grabby, and I feel like sometimes I just make up careers just
Grabby
like fuck
gays.
with people.
in East London. Beware.
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah,
That sounds
yeah.
hot, though. Grabby gays.
I know, that'd be a good
But
podcast.
that feels
just grab it.
American. Do you not think grabby gay syndrome is more American? Like, for example, like, I don't want to brag.
Oh.
Once I went to LA.
What?
I know. And like,
Oh my God.
I guess
So
like,
aroused.
a double brag. I am on Netflix.
What?
In a Bollywood film.
What's it called? Shout out to
It's an Indian film. So I went.
Plug your film on
Yeah.
Netflix.
So it's a Bollywood film.
Wait, we have
called
our first
83.
Netflix guest.
I'm a Netflix
star.
actor with
Netflix star on the
with a grand
podcast.
total of I think under 2 seconds of featured time.
Wow.
So
It's more than both of us.
so, yeah, what have you done, world? Anyway, so I went to LA just on a
Whim.
jolly
For the
meeting up
premiere.
with friends. Yeah, for the premiere. For the premiere.
Walks the red carpet.
And everyone was in the entertainment biz. I didn't realize how many people. And the one question again and again and again was like, "What have I seen you in?" That was the first. So it wasn't what do you do, because everyone does something.
Yeah, yeah,
It was like,
yeah.
what have I seen you in? And
Yeah.
I felt like
Did you lie and say everything?
No, because at the time it's like I haven't been in like I don't know. CSI or The Bill here, you know.
I like that. That's your two go-to.
I don't know, like-
your two like epitome of
yeah,
like.
I don't know, like, I just felt like I've done a lot of like theatre-y
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and comedy stuff, but I was like, oh, I've done some sketch comedy at the Brighton Fringe, and they're like, oh, and they like turn around and like swan off
Yeah.
with their gin and tonic, like, you know, like with their left hand
Useless.
like circling the
Yeah.
straw,
Yeah, yeah.
and I'm like left there like a sort of, I don't know, just a floppy breadstick, just looking for friends. It's like,
It's a
so,
shell
like,
of a human.
I don't know. My question to you would be like, in a utopian world, what question would you like people to ask?
Well, I asked people like, "What are you into at the moment?"
Ooh.
I say instead of what do you do, what do you love to do?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Or I say like, "What?" Like, I don't care about. I have a rent-paying job, and I never talk about that because it's so boring. So I'll be like, "Oh, I'm really into this at the moment."
A
Comedy,
rent-paying job. I like
yeah,
the
or like
sound
my
of that.
muggle job.
Muggle job, yeah.
Yeah, but
But even like the counters to that, that feels like, oh, I'm bothered about that question, so I'm going to force it, and it doesn't feel natural. But why not?
I don't know what the question is. I've always like thought of so many different questions. I can never really land on something because everyone then goes, "Oh, what the fuck am I into?" I don't know.
Right.
So it's like a hard.
Everyone's
thing.
gonna hate something.
Could you say like a statement, like chicken liver?
What?
Oh, yeah,
just say that when you
oh
meet
no,
someone.
I don't know. I'm
Chicken
just
liver.
like throwing out ideas of
You
like.
went. No, there's no bad ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah,
in
I was
this
just like,
brainstorm.
what? Maybe this week we could regroup. Like,
Just
we
say a
all
random
try
word.
some different ways of interacting because it's
boring.
It is boring.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll say it's the same thing in New York.
Anyway, meanwhile,
Should we get to our secrets?
Yes.
oh shit, yeah.
We,
Kate, you've got 2.
yeah, Kate.
Well,
I've got 2 actually as well.
Oh,
How
good.
many have you got?
0. So
we're
this is
so
perfect.
prepared. Okay, do you want to go first or should I?
You good?
You go. We could trade off.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You can then
And
judge
I'm just
and
gonna
say,
be. Yeah, I'm gonna be the judge. Oh my god, I'm ready.
Should I do both or just pick one?
Pick one.
Okay, because
Pick the best, most juicy, most sexy one.
Okay, sure. Okay, so basically, this was a few years ago. I'll start by saying I'm a very curious soul.
Okay, you can't caveat it. You fear judgment. You gotta make your bed.
Own it.
It's not judgment. I'm just saying I'm a curious soul.
Okay,
so,
okay.
I like to, try things. No, basically, I was sleeping with this person a few years ago. And they were kind of like, I'm really into our stuff. And I was like, great, we love that for you. I'll lean in. I'm not as much, only because I have like a little hemorrhoid on my butt. So sometimes,
Hot, yeah.
sometimes you have to tread carefully. But I was like, you know what? I'll do it to you. And I was like fingering their asshole. And I was just like, what is that? And I couldn't work out. And I was just like circling this thing and said their ass. And I thought it was the same.
Like you felt something
I
in
felt
there?
something and
Okay.
I couldn't work it out.
my
Because
God.
as I said, I'm such a curious soul.
You had
For
to
like
get in
10
there.
minutes, I was
What
like,
was it? A Horcrux. The 8th Horcrux.
That was the most
He lives.
joke.
And it's like Voldemort.
I will defeat you.
Harry Potter.
weirdly, we were watching Harry Potter when it happened.
No.
Yeah. The fourth one, the best one.
Goblet.
Yeah.
Nice.
You
The
look like
speed that you knew the fourth one is...
Most millennials do in Britain.
Also, don't you love that Netflix? I don't know if it's the same for America, but Netflix now just put all the Harry... I mean, we hate J.K. Rowling, obviously. Yuck.
Yeah.
Ick, the worst person alive.
totally. I do love Harry
Great
Potter.
films, though. Anyway, so I was circling this person's asshole.
Hot.
And I couldn't work out what it was. And I was literally like,
Wait, I don't. Can explain to me.
Which was it? Sorry,
Demonstration?
Because it's not that.
because you're Australian, was it
Not-
anti-clockwise, like a plug? The way you
no,
rim.
isn't
Did,
it like
did Australians do it
lefty loose?
reverse? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do Australians rim the other way?
I wasn't rimming. My fingers were inside.
Can you not rim with a finger?
Why
No.
would you rim with a finger?
If
Do
you-
people rim with fingers?
Wait, what is
No, no, no.
rimming? Isn't that with a tongue?
Rimming's with the tongue.
I was just like,
If you're doing
Oh,
that,
you're
you're
just saying
circling.
yeah, but you were
Is that
saying
a thing?
no. I think maybe like foreplay.
What, just doing circling?
I don't know.
window white. I don't know. Anyway,
So you were in.
I was in and I was like, what is this? And I
Circle.
honestly was like, wow, I don't know what this is. And I mean, obviously it was great for them. And anyway, I didn't think of anything for it. Then we kept having sex and was fine. And then like a few weeks later, I was having sex with someone else. And again, they're weirdly into butt stuff. And not weirdly, we love that for them. And I was doing the same thing. Again, I was like, what is this in this person's bumhole? I was just circling a lot of people's shits.
yeah. I thought you were going there.
And I felt so sick afterwards. I was like, why didn't I put one and two together? Like, I was literally just touching so many people's poo.
So
No.
you what
when
you were
stick
doing?
your fingers out. Did you?
I don't
You were
know.
massaging
I was
the tail of a
oh,
shit.
Yeah, for two different people.
Did your fingernail come out a little bit grubby?
Well, I think I
Or
was
did you
so
go-
incredibly drunk, and it was like dark, and I just didn't think to look
maybe
at my
and
fingernail.
the poo wasn't in the mood to give a bit.
No, but like as my friend said to me recently, like if you're going to be putting like hands or whatever in an asshole, sometimes poo's going to come play.
There should be a phrase like no finger without poo.
Yeah, we'll shop work that.
Yeah.
Workshop. we'll get some bushes paper.
I'd love it if in like 100 years' time the phrase was born
Yeah,
here and they said it like for everything.
yeah.
Oh, look, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
I heard this about Australians. Apparently you have a phrase, we're not fucking spiders.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
I think it means like we're not fucking around. Like if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it well. So like we haven't come here to fuck spiders. Is that what I'm saying?
Yeah. I just love that phrase.
Is it like
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
not fucking spiders, or we're
No,
not
it-
fucking spiders?
Yeah, like
You know
we're, yeah, like we're not fucking spiders. Like we're here to do the job well.
But it's not like we're fucking
We're
spiders.
not fucking the spiders.
But you know what I mean? You could be like,
I'm
oh, I'm
lost.
not fucking doing that.
Yeah.
No,
Or-
Say it again.
It means like this is it's so pointless. We got to do the job.
I'm not gonna lie. I haven't lived in Australia for a very
Okay.
long time, so maybe I've assimilated too much to this country.
Okay.
I'll get back to you.
I like that though.
But we
We're
were
not
on
fucking
so
spiders.
you were there up the tunnel.
I was in the tunnel. I was
And
giving
there was
it
a
a red
train.
hot go. There was.
How do you feel about ass play in general? Well, you don't like it on you.
I like it on other people.
Yeah.
I'm
And you're
into
next for
it.
this, Max.
Sure.
I'm into it, but I can't myself. Actually, no, I can't. I think the reason that I've never tried it back is because I remember the first time I had anal sex, I got really bad trapped wind.
I don't know what that
Have
means.
you? Do you know what trapped wind
Yeah,
is?
of course.
like a.
So it's like
a
there's obviously like when someone's been like fucking you, wind's got caught in the
Yeah,
tunnel,
yeah.
and then it's gone. Okay, I don't think this is the
like
medical.
a queef, but your
queef,
asshole.
but stuck in your stomach,
Oh.
and then you have the most bloated stomach, and you basically have to massage your stomach to get it. It's like you know how like women get UTIs.
Yeah.
I think this is the male equivalent, or people who are having anal sex or whatever. Trapped is the worst thing in the world. And from then on, I went, never again shall I do that. And I've really stuck true to that.
Okay.
But yeah, what's your secret?
No, how do you feel about ass play? Or maybe that's your secret.
No. I like I'm a curious fellow.
A curious soul.
Yeah. I'm a little bit ticklish down there myself. But yeah. But I can tell you my secret.
Please. I'm
Okay.
excited.
So my secret is it's not sexual actually, but it is a secret because I haven't
Okay.
told them. It's like pretty tame, but somehow it has like
That was a great secret.
Thank
that
you
was
so much.
on point.
I don't think I can match it, but it's a different vein. So when I was at prep school, I must have been about, I reckon, 10. We had these things called tuck boxes, which is like a
Ooh.
wooden box where we all get to keep our belongings at school. And I had some sweets in there, which is tuck means sweets.
Oh,
if you
I-
yeah, it's a
I was
posh
thinking
it's
like
a posh
tuck,
thing.
tuck some. Okay.
Yeah, so
10-year-olds
you had
tucking in.
you
Yeah.
had your tuck boxes.
Guys, gonna tuck now.
But for some reason, the tuck in my tuck box was the quantities were going down. Someone was stealing
Oh my god.
my tuck.
A tuck thief.
So this is so British, this is so posh. One day in the summer term, I was about to go and play cricket. It was
This is
games,
the most British story I've ever.
games
Oh.
after lunch, but I decided to go back to my classroom just to check to see what was going on. And I look through the little window slit and I see someone literally crowbarring my
What?
tuck box, the locks off with a little tool. And I burst in. Shall I say his name?
Do it. Out him.
Name and shame.
It was Henry Marshall.
Henry.
Henry Marshall
You're
What?
dead to
caught
us.
red-handed
Was it another 10-year-old?
breaking in. Yeah. And
The crowbar.
no, like it's a little penknife thing. But like,
I was imagining.
never
it.
let the
I
truth
was
get in the way of a good
giant
story,
crow.
Kate. No, it was like
No,
I
we
mean we're
love
tiny.
Frat.
A crowbar
We
would
love-
be like the length of our bodies. But like, and then I just burst in and went, "What do you think you're doing?" It's so British.
I
Like,
love
we should
that.
have had dueling piss, and he's like, nothing. And I was like, "I can see what you're doing." He went, "No, you can't." Like in a really like obviously we're children, but it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
childish.
yeah.
No. I was like, "You were stealing my tucks." Like, no, I wasn't. Like, why were you in my tuck box? I wasn't. And I literally saw him anyway. And a guy from the year above came in like, break it up, even though nothing's happened. And then I said to him, all right, I'm going to fight you later. I challenge you to a fight. And I challenged him to a fight.
Like a duel.
This gets
Yes,
even posher.
very
Like Game of
British.
Thrones.
This gets even posher. I said, I challenged you to a fight. And he said, okay, where and when? And I said, behind the ha-ha.
What's that?
It's like a wall on like posh estates, so the cattle couldn't to keep the cattle in, but it keeps the vista of a lawn into the distance.
What's a vista?
It's like a view
Mm-hmm.
of like
Oh.
imagine like Pride and Prejudice type
Wow.
house,
Ooh.
and a ha-ha will suddenly drop, but you won't be able to see, but it keeps cattle from coming on your posh lawn.
This is so visceral.
Wow.
So anyway, I challenged Henry Marshall to a fight behind the ha-ha at like 3
Oh, you
PM.
said to him a fight.
Yeah. And he was a bit of a psycho.
Well,
You stealing your tuck.
He's using a crowbar
No, but
at
there was
10.
like, you know, those kids at school who did like weird. They had a look behind their eyes.
Yeah.
And deep
Like
down,
when you know they're a psychopath.
deep down, I was like, this is big. So anyway, the next day, it comes to that time, and I'm walking up to the same classroom, and I look through the thing, and I see him in there with lots of other kids, and he said to me, "Okay, come and get me." As in like tomorrow. So I did, and I was looking through the thing, and I looked through, and I just visualized getting absolutely pulverized by him, and I turned away, and I didn't go and get him, and I didn't challenge him to the fight, and I walked away with a tail between my legs, and I've never been able to
Tell that to anyone else.
I've never been able to tell that to anyone else, and I walked away from this fight, and
Wow.
I feel like a coward. And I feel weirdly, I feel my fingers
need some
tingling.
sugar?
You're getting the shame rise.
Yeah, I get the shame right.
He
but
was huge, right? He was way bigger than you.
no, I was really tall.
Oh,
but
you were the taller one.
I was tall.
Were
but
you
he
this
was,
tall at 10?
yeah. I was 6'6". Yeah. But
Are
I
you
ne-
6'6"?
6'6"
Are you
and a
actually?
bit?
How big are your feet?
Size 13.
Oh my god.
These are the feet.
I don't know why I went immediately to touch
Oh my
your
god,
feet.
you like irked back.
Do you not like feet?
I don't want to see you touch his feet.
Yeah.
But
The
maybe
view is made.
listeners will actually do that. Yeah, we'll get
so
major.
it's not like
Patreon.
fingering a poo, but
Yeah.
it
It's
is
a close second.
It's a close second.
it is a secret of like
We're both survivors.
and this
I
is
guess
this
so.
is the first time you're admitting it out loud.
Wow.
yeah, because it's
It's
like
kind of like a therapy
it's
session.
my first memory of cowardice. Yeah.
I would say it was bravery.
I would say you were the bigger person.
Yeah.
Where, do you know where he is now? Should we find him on Instagram?
He is on
Henry.
Instagram. He messaged me about something like personal out the blue.
What does he look like?
I
You're
don't know.
desperately looking for-
I don't know.
Henry Marshall.
I don't know.
Henry Marshall. Fuck.
Can I say one other
It's
thing
also the
about
most
him?
basic name in
If
the
I saw
world.
him, we would joke about it.
You would drool.
Yeah.
He
'Cause
he
you're
honestly
British.
played a super villain move on me. Okay, this is super. I think this is both brilliant from him, but
Yeah.
also super Machiavellian. So my girlfriend at prep school was called Florence Barrow.
That is the most British name I've
Yeah.
ever heard in my life.
Like
We would-
Florence Pugh.
yeah.
Yeah, we were going out. It was great. We'd kiss with braces on. They didn't get tangled.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo.
Anyway,
Romance.
we break up for the holidays, as in we're still together. School breaks up,
Yeah.
and we keep emailing each other. I was like funkymax123 at hotmail.com. She's like flow222 at hotmail. Anyway, I get an email from her out the blue saying like, "Hey Max, I've been thinking. I don't think we should see each other anymore. I want to break up with you." And I was like fucking gutted.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what is this? Where's this come from? Anyway, go back to
Also
school.
over email.
Yeah.
But it was Henry.
It was awkward between me and Flo. We didn't know what to say. Anyway, we suddenly got talking in the lunch queue like about breaking up, and we then checked our emails again, and I was like, hang on, what's your email address? And she said it's flow222 at hotmail.co, and I was like, oh, no, it's like, is it Flo Barrow at hotmail.co.uk?
Psychotic.
Henry Marshall has set up 2 different email accounts and
He is
played
the
us
first catfisher.
against each other. And I was like, I don't know whether this is the pre-cowardice or post, but I was like, fair play in my head. I remember thinking, that's genius. But he destroyed a relationship at the age of 10. That's like Tom Riddle-esque malevolence.
That man.
Wow.
And like, no disrespect, I'm sure he's great.
No, he's not. Definitely
He's not
not.
even
No,
great.
because no, it's like,
That's psychopathic
it's a dick
behavior.
move at the age of 10. But it's like, he messaged me the other day, not the
Why?
other day, about something, and he was like offering like an olive branch of support.
Because he knows he's fucking crazy.
He completely
fucked up your-
fucked
What,
me.
at age 30, he's now offering an olive branch?
I don't know, but it's a
What
weird.
did he say?
It's a weird thing. What in the message?
Yeah.
I was just like something happened.
He said,
there
I'm
was-
sorry for breaking up your 10-year-old
No.
relationship.
Yeah. You guys
That's
could be
the only
married with
acceptable
kids.
thing.
That could be.
I
That
do
could've
wonder,
been
like,
your
That could've
person.
been-
do you ever
Yeah.
wonder what
Been
like your
on the
first love?
podcast.
You're like,
My first love.
but
Was
that's
that
like,
your first love at 10?
it wasn't love.
Yeah.
I mean, that it wasn't the most fruitful relationship.
No.
Deep down, I think I really fancied Katie Beach, but I
Oh.
tried to bribe her with a packet of
Oh.
opal fruits, and she gave it back in a group and broke my heart. So I went
Fuck
to her.
her.
Anyway,
Jesus.
that's my first.
That was a really good story.
That was a good story.
You should tell that. You are a very good storyteller.
Oh well, Henry's
Wow.
doing it for me.
Yeah. That's
I
psycho.
want to see him on Instagram.
But I guess one of the questions I was thinking the other day is the twatty things that happen in our childhoods done by people who are also children. At what point do we drop the coal of resentment?
Never.
And that's where the Aussie comes in. Fuck
That
him.
is how we're different.
Fuck him.
It's our trauma.
We're not fucking spiders here. Put your finger up their ass
And get on
Feel
with it.
the poo.
and rip out the shit and shove it in their face. So anyway, that's my first secret.
Wow.
That's good. I don't think you could top that.
No.
No, you could probably.
Yeah.
But that was great. Should we move on to a second? I don't know. I feel like I want to keep on this.
Okay, let's keep on the secret train. Should I go mine?
What's your second? Yeah.
So mine is so I used to live in America. When I was like 22, I was at university in Australia, and I basically wanted to go on exchange. And I went to the exchange office, and they were like, "Your grades are horrific. The only place that will take you is in America."
Yes. That's on
Indianapolis.
brand.
The Midwest, they will take you in your crap grades. So I was like, I didn't know what the Midwest was. I didn't know what Indianapolis was. I had to literally go home, go onto Google.
I think
be
most
like,
people in America don't know
Don't
what
know either.
Indianapolis is.
I was
Have
literally
you
like-
ever heard of it?
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Do you like it?
Never been.
It's
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
It's anyway. Basically, so I went off to Indianapolis. I literally had no idea where I was going. Got there, and it's just the university I was at, Butler University, very rich, like private university, and it's just all sororities, all frat houses. Like, it's insane. I'm just like this little old gay strolling in. I'm pretty sure there was only about 4 other gays in this entire university.
I believe that.
There
What
was a
year was
club.
it?
Oh, that was 10 years ago.
Wow.
What's 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like gay people were just
We were just
becoming
people.
a thing.
Yeah. We were just becoming current.
Just creeping out.
Yeah. Out of the closet.
I'm sure there were more gay people. They were just
for sure.
closeted.
There was a lot of sorority girls who were just curious after a couple like
Did you
start like sablons.
Did you
Could you tell the difference?
what?
What?
You said there are a lot of sorority girls like exploring.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know because
Oh, tell the difference between someone who's
Yeah,
queer
like-
and someone who's just exploring.
Exactly.
because
that was the thing. That was a strange.
yeah, because gay people make it their entire identity sometimes when you're
When you're
22
gay,
and
yeah,
you're in Indianapolis.
that's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like if you were curious, I guess it's more like after alcohol sometimes comes in, I think.
Right.
At the very start.
Well, I think
Or maybe that was a very long time ago though.
I think most people are curious people, but society just shames certain
sure.
people into being afraid to be curious.
Yeah.
You know
And
what
I
mean?
also believe when I was like 18, 19, 20, there was no such thing as like, maybe this is the old gay ways. There was no such thing as like, you can just be curious or you can be poly or you can be whatever. It was like, you're either gay or straight.
Right.
Like I feel like when I was like in my early 20s, it was very like either or and you had to pick. And like, or you could be bi.
This
but
is
it
the
was-
old gay way.
This is the old gay way.
that your date
I've-
was trying to get you to explain.
But like I honestly felt like it wasn't as open. Like now, like people who are 20, 21, you can be as curious as you want and you can be every day it can be different. It doesn't have to be anything more than just like, oh, I'm into this person and you know, like gender wasn't even really discussed
Yeah.
that much when I was like 18, 19. So I think to be curious, there was probably a lot more shame around it or whatever it was because it was always like, well, I have to be a lesbian or I have to be straight. It was never like
Do you feel that way now too?
myself.
Yeah.
So I think for me it like I feel like I'm just one of those people that I'm like you never know what the future holds. Even though I'm like I feel very gay and I guess I know who I'm into. I also don't know, like I could meet someone and be like, you're such a vibe, let's date, and I've never been I don't really mind whoever you are.
Right.
I feel like if you just have really great chat, sold.
I'm with you.
Yeah. And
Yeah. When I first came out, I thought I had to just be like lesbian. Like that was it. Like I just had
That
to
was
be
your
gay.
one choice.
Yeah. It's like
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's so
yeah.
much harder to live in the in between. It's so much harder to like be. Oh no, I'm not just one thing. Like people can understand. Oh, you're straight or you're gay, but they
People want to put you in a box.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it makes them so much more comfortable to know exactly that's what you're into.
yeah.
And as soon as you like live outside of that, they're literally like, oh, but you know, you were into that person the other day, and I'm like, I don't know. Like sometimes I don't like tomatoes. Like you don't know what the fuck's happening.
I know, and I think it also just changes. Like sometimes you can be like, I'm just a lesbian. Like I really just want to
Yeah.
only have sex with women, and then sometimes like, and then later like, actually,
Let's get
no.
some dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, was that too much? Sorry.
Let's get some dick. Not that. I'm not that straight. Not. Yeah.
You don't say that. It's so crazy.
No. Have I ever said let's get some dick? No, I actually have. Yeah, I have.
I feel like the issue is I have a real issue with semen. I just like the other day I didn't know that when like women have sex with like people with penises, like when the semen comes out and goes inside them, if it is, you then have to waddle to the toilet. Not waddle.
Yeah, no, you do.
You have to walk to
No,
the toilet
you have to walk
and
with
you
your
have
legs
to do
crossed so it
my
doesn't
friend
come
was
out.
Like, it's called like a semen walk. You like, and I was like, I don't think people call it that.
That sounds like a legit terminology.
Actually, one time I was with my friend in the Apple store.
And she got.
And she
She'd have to do the semen walk.
She was like dribbling all over the new iPhone. What is it? 15.
Yeah.
No, she
The new
did
iPhone 15's cum proof.
she did a fart and she was like, oh my God, Kate, we have to get to a toilet. And I was like, why? And she's like, I've just farted a whole bunch of semen out.
Wow.
Yeah. Wait, because she
Yeah.
had sex that morning,
Yeah.
or at the Apple store.
Can I just say
In the
that's
Apple store toilet.
one of the
Yeah,
most
yeah.
brilliant. That could be an amazing scene in a film. You know,
That would
have you
be
seen
really
Along
good.
Came Polly,
Yeah.
where Philip
years
Seymour
ago.
Hoffman sharts in the
Oh,
gallery? He's like,
yeah.
dude, we need to go. And Ben Stiller's like, why? He's like, I just sharted. But this is another
That
level.
was my friend to me in the Apple store.
Oh my
That's
God.
actually a good
Imagine.
point.
Okay.
We should both. Do you write
Yeah.
features too?
I'm not there yet.
Uh-huh.
You know, I'm still like just working things out on like bits and bobs here and there. You know,
That'll be your
So
that's
first.
very
vague.
ambiguous. what are we talking about? I don't know.
So no.
So vague.
Yeah.
That's so close to your
Yeah.
chest.
So what's your secret?
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
sorry,
yeah.
we got so sidetracked.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the
I
cum
feel you're
talk.
like you're spinning. You're setting us up for something.
Well, no, it's just called ADHD. But no, I was I was at this like frat party, which I just found America craziness. The whole like frat and sorority thing.
I
Like we
know.
don't have that. We don't have it in like England. We don't have it in Australia.
It's a good thing.
It's insanity, and I just found it so bizarre. And in Indianapolis, all the big frat houses and sorority houses, like, and I imagine a lot of America have like basements, and a lot of the parties happen in basements because also it's freezing or whatever. And it was a massive frat party, and this frat in particular was super shady people. Also, all these frat guys hated me because when I would go to parties, I'd be like this lesbian just coming in with like my carabiner.
Did you look like this?
I looked like this.
Amazing.
And all like the girls would get blackout drunk, and all the frat boys would be like,
And
"Don't."
you would steal all their girlfriends?
No, like I literally, they'd be like, "Oh, don't worry, the girls can stay on our couch," and I'd be like, "Fuck no!" And I would literally be waking up women, putting them in my taxi, and putting them on my couch because I was like, "I am not letting you stay in what feels like a rape dungeon."
100%.
Yeah.
So like,
come
the
back to
point,
mine.
they would see me and they'd be like, "Oh, here's the cock block," like, and I'd be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm stopping you from sexually harassing someone."
Yeah.
Anyway, so they hated me anyway, but I rock up to this party, and we're in the basement, and a whole bunch of like people. I don't know why we were doing this. We're like grabbing like bottles and throwing them against like walls for fun. That's what you do in Indianapolis. And one of them said to me, "Kate, you do it." And so I grab like a big bottle and I throw it, and just horrible luck, a bit of glass hit a wall, from here to like the window, hit my best friend's leg, cut her entire leg open.
Oh my god.
There's blood gushing everywhere, but she didn't know it was me. And and all the frat guys are freaking out because they're like, "We're on our last warning. We're on our last warning. Don't tell anyone. Don't call the police." And I was like, "Well, we have to call an ambulance because she's bleeding." And they're like, No, we'll take her to the hospital. It's fine." The entire party got shut down because everyone had to leave because I basically shut the whole party down. She got taken to the hospital. She had to get like 20 stitches. We were actually going to spring break in Mexico the next week. It was a whole thing. But then basically the police found out, and they like asked me, and they were like, "Did this happen?" The frat guys are saying no. And I was like, "Fuck it." And I basically said the truth, and their whole entire frat house got shut down.
Boom. And what was the
Nice.
name of that frat house?
I have no fucking clue.
Alpha,
It's like
beta,
alpha,
gamma,
beta
pi.
parties. I don't know. It's insane. But
Fucking
that's
kudos
a
to you for
secret
doing
that.
Slash my proudest moment.
I thought you were gonna say that you covered for them.
Oh, fuck
That would have
no.
been your
But
secret.
my friend doesn't know I was the one that cut her leg.
Oh, nice.
How,
Are you
should be
still
cool
friends?
about it? I think she'd be cool.
Yeah, Lucy. She's a lovely girl. She lives in Australia.
Lucy.
Lucy,
Lucy,
we're
lovely
just sorry you lost
Lucy.
the leg.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
yeah,
sorry
yeah,
you
yeah.
now have an amputated
Kate's
leg.
fault.
But yeah, proudest moment, but also she never knows. She's never known.
That's cool though. That's cool that you have a secret, but it's a positive
It's
secret.
like you're
not like
the
a shame
hero
secret.
I
of
am
the story.
hero,
Yeah, yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
That's
But
why
also
I purposely
you-
told her.
You potentially saved. Do you genuinely think those girls could have been in a bit of a sticky situation there?
I mean, I
Knowing
think
those types of guys.
in all frat houses across America, sure.
Yeah.
Did you watch that documentary recently about this like sororities, about like having to do all the insane, I guess like rushing and stuff
Rushing.
in America?
What do you mean?
So when you, I don't know why I know weirdly too much about sororities and frats. Basically, when you want to join a sorority, you have to do this thing called rush, where it's like insane. You have to like go. It's like insane networking, and like all the sorority girls will pick you to join their sorority house, and it's super competitive.
It's like
and
hazing before you
hazing.
even start. You know about hazing?
Yeah.
No,
It's
what's
like
hazing?
with foundation
What's
and like
hazing?
hair extensions.
I
Oh
don't.
my
I don't
God.
want to. Yeah, it's like
Hazing?
they abuse you.
Oh God, I don't know
Yeah,
anything.
They
it's like
literally-
the male. It's like for frats, so it's like
and
the male.
and sororities.
Do they haze in sororities?
Yeah, I had a friend in
Here we go.
Binghamton. Shout out Binghamton University,
Where's
garbage
that?
university in upstate New York.
Oh,
Wait, what's it called once again?
Binghamton.
Binghamton.
Binghamton. That kind of sounds British,
It does,
right? I don't know, but
So does Butler.
But
Sure.
like that.
I mean, my God, like that's like. Yeah.
they would make girls put carrots up their vaginas and then
What?
like run up and down hills, and then the last person who went down the hill had to eat everyone else's carrots.
Oh my God.
Are you joking?
How many carrots do we talk?
I don't
There's
know.
only so many
And also,
carrots you
what
can
if,
eat.
like,
That's
It's
an
like-
example.
I mean, I like carrots. Like,
But I guess maybe for a lesbian that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Pussy carrots.
the
You're
new
actually,
brand.
volunteering for hazing. I don't go here, but can I do the hazing thing?
Can I
You
just
know-
eat all the
I'm
carrots?
actually just from the lesbian bar down the street. I've heard there's like a fun game happening.
You know how they have like.
Purposely go slow.
Do you think that could be like a product proposition? You know, like we have Dragon's Den, Shark Tank, and there's that product you see in petrol station in the UK, like pickled gurkins in a packet.
Big ones.
Yeah, in a little like, and it comes with the brine, and they're like they're not very big. Do you
It's
think?
called like Big Daddy Pickle.
Do you think you could have the same? Like, imagine pitching that to Shark Tank,
But for like what, lesbians and carrots?
what's it? What do we call vag carrots?
Vagets.
Vagets. Vagets.
Sounds like the widgets you put on your Crocs.
Vagets. Hi guys. We're here today to ask for $100,000.
For vagets. Have you had an inkling?
Have you ever wanted to eat a carrot
vagina
that's been in a vagina?
Something
Great.
you've been missing your whole life. Pussy.
That's an insane like
Haze.
trial and
It's
ordeal
horrible.
to
Yeah.
give someone.
I think that's the more.
That's
mild
what you
thing.
do when you're rushing.
Yeah.
To when you're rushing is like when you're on the trial to get into the
Yeah.
fraternity.
My pulse has suddenly rocketed for some reason. Why? Is it vagets?
Vag carrots.
You're too excited.
Why?
And that's the
no,
reaction
not in
we
an
want
excited
from
way, in
the
like a
dragons.
nervous way.
Oh.
I don't know. No, I don't
The
know.
second half of the podcast is us running up and down with carrots.
Wow.
There's carrots in the fridge. This has been a setup this whole time.
Yeah.
There we go.
But no, they're crazy.
Yeah. So wait, what were you? We were saying a story about rushing.
Oh, no, just this really weird documentary where this
Oh, right.
woman, it's called Bama Rush, and it was about Alabama Rush. But the weird thing about it was, the reason I brought it up is this woman, her whole thing's like, I think rushes are horrible. But actually, the whole documentary was just so she had an excuse to talk about her alopecia.
Oh.
Okay, well, if you don't know it, it's lost.
Yeah, I don't know it.
Let's go into your secret.
Yeah, let's go. Last secret. Max.
Okay, this is a
Is it a sexy secret?
this is sexual, but not in the way you're
Ooh.
thinking. Okay, so I grew up in a lovely household, and you're gonna get an inkling of what this is about. We had a lovely dog called Snowy.
Uh-oh.
Snowy is a Sealyham Terrier, which is a cross between like a Tintin dog, you know, the white one, a Fox
Absolutely
Terrier,
not.
and a West Highland Terrier, which is like on the Caesar dog food ad.
We don't need
This
so
is the
many
most British thing
translations.
you've
Okay.
said on
So
Do you know Tintin?
So Snowy was a little shit. You either loved him or you hated him. I loved him. He was great fun. He was called Snowy, but in reality he was like a grey mop. And like when it snowed, you just saw like this grey shit running across the lawn. Okay. And Snowy had like an underbite of a jaw, like hello, like that. So he
Yeah.
was seriously ugly dog. Anyway,
I love him.
okay. So this is I think this is one of my first. Here we go. First sexual and first gay experiences.
Oh my god.
And it may have been with Snowy.
What's up, Yentas? This is Ray from the future here, channeling my Ashley Gavin. What's up, Yenta Nation? Nobody really. That's like such a niche joke that I don't think anyone will get that. But if you want to listen to the rest of the story, and it is a good one. When we were recording this, I was like, my stomach hurt from cracking up so much from this story. And also just talking about like what it is to, you know, be a man and come out as bisexual and have your first gay experiences and all of that juicy, shitty shit. You can go to patreon.com/Yenta and listen to the rest of the episode. You can, you know, I shouldn't really be telling you this, but you can do it for free. You can do the free trial at the Torah Top tier. Do you want to be a Torah Top? Be a Torah Top. Don't be a boring bottom. Subscribe to the Patreon and you can listen to the whole episode.